Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on this brand new Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer Long Wear Makeup with Sunscreen 19. I'm super excited to put this to the test. One of you guys tagged me over on Instagram and I was like, but before we get started with this review, I do quickly want to introduce myself for those of you guys who are new to my channel. Hi, welcome. My name is Jessica, aka The Mexican Beauty. I make videos all things beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. I would love for you to go hit that subscribe button down below. Also, please don't forget to hit that notification bell because I'll make sure you never miss a video. And also, please don't forget to follow me on my other platforms, Instagram, The Mexican Beauty, and also TikTok, The Mexican Beauty, because whenever I'm not here on YouTube, I'm posting some really amazing content on the daily over on those two platforms. So let's go ahead and get right into this video because I'm super excited to just put some makeup on this face. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have my full-blown eye makeup on. It's literally like 8 a.m. and I'm like living my best full glam life. So I figured I would go all out since I don't have lash extensions and also because I'm wearing a full coverage foundation, so why not? But before we start off with foundation, I do want to go ahead and go in with primer. I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Luminous Matte Primer with Acai Berry. I've been really into this primer lately. I feel like it's very just not spoken about. So I have been like loving it. I'm happy that I found it. It gives you the silkiest, smoothest finish. This primer is really good. Highly recommend it. I'll have a link down below because I've been really enjoying how soft it makes my skin feel and look. And you guys know e.l.f. is so affordable. Okay, now let's move on to the foundation. So this is the new Double Wear Sheer Long Wear Makeup. So this is supposed to be an all-day long wearing staying power foundation. It enhances skin with enough coverage to let your natural beauty show, but keeps O's in check where needed. It also says stays true to color, resists sweat and humidity, which is something we need, especially right now in the summer, helps protect against visible damage from pollution and antioxidants. Now, here's the thing, this does contain sunscreen, but it only has 19 SPF, so I really don't think that does anything. I would always say wear your own sunscreen alone. I already have sunscreen. I use my Bondi Sands Face SPF 50, so I used this beforehand while I was doing my eye makeup. Now for this one, it was interesting because they didn't have the shade that I usually am for the original Double Wear, so I went with the shade Wheat 32N, and I'm hoping that this will work out well for me. This foundation does retail for $43. And let me show you what the description is for this specific color. So this is medium with neutral subtle golden undertones. And it says shake well. It does sound like it's very liquidy, so we shall see how this performs. You guys know, as always, one side with a sponge and the other side with a brush to really kind of see how it does better or if it does great with both of them. It is very runny, so you want to kind of work fast with it. Feels very, very lightweight. Definitely a different consistency than the original Double Wear. So I'm going to be using my sponge first. I feel like I'm not gonna get much coverage with this, but we shall see. With the sponge with a very light application, you guys can see it definitely does cover some of the redness, not all of it completely. It almost gives you like a tinted moisturizer feel when you just go in with a small pump of it and you use a sponge. So we definitely wanna build it up because I mean, I do want a fuller coverage finish. I'm gonna be using a little bit more product. Immediately, like I said, the product is very runny, so you have to be careful with it and work fast unless you want there to be a mess. So just be mindful of that. You guys can see how quickly it's running. So we're gonna be applying this. I do think the color is a little light. I think that with bronzer I can make it work. But that covered pretty well, I have to say. I'm impressed with how it covered. The forehead where it's even now covered perfectly. So if you don't have redness or things that you really want to cover, it's gonna cover your skin immediately. Let me show you the other shade. Okay, so I went in with Wheat 32N. I probably should have gone with 3W1, which is Tawny, which is medium with warm golden undertones. The reason I did not go with that is because I feel like my complexion is pretty neutral. It's kind of like yellowy neutral, but I feel like when I go too warm, it can pick up very orange on my complexion. So that's why I was scared, because it said that Tawny was giving me medium with warm golden undertones. And I was like, warm golden? I don't know about that. I don't want to look orange. But I don't know, that's why I decided to go with this one. But I don't think it's too bad once I go in and blend it. I think it should be okay. But I will have my references and I will have my recommendations on what I would suggest If you feel like this is too light for you and you're on my skin complexion, then I probably would go for the next shade up. If you feel like this is perfect, then go for this one. What I do want to say with this is that it's very, very lightweight. The fact that this is so lightweight makes it really wearable and breathable. So perhaps if you're somebody that liked the Estee Lauder Double Wear but didn't like how heavy it felt, then this probably may be a good alternative for you. But it literally doesn't feel like you have anything on. Let me go ahead and touch it to see if it's sticky. It is a little bit sticky. It's supposed to be sweat resistant, I think. So we shall see how that does. This is with a sponge application. Definitely do think it did a good job. I definitely do think this is more so of a natural, everyday type of foundation, as opposed to the Double Wear original one, which I feel like that one is like super like long wearing, like on there, looks like you're wearing a full face of makeup. So let's go in with more product on the other side and take our brush. I feel like it kind of smells a little bit like sunscreen, just a tad. So let's go ahead and blend this out. You guys can see how fresh it looks. I do like the fact that it's not enhancing my texture too much, which is always really appreciated. My nose area is where I always struggle with because I do have rosacea in texture, so you guys can see it kind of grabs the product right there. But it feels very weightless, which I do like. Okay, so do I want to go with a little bit more? I don't know, I feel like I have enough product on. Okay, so I do want to point out one more thing that I'm noticing as I'm applying makeup on this side. This side definitely is drying down. So I feel like it definitely does set. Does it look completely matte? No. For me, it looks radiance from within. To you, this may be dewy, but to me, I'm seeing radiance from within. It's not looking like dewy. So to each their own. If you feel like this is too dewy and you want to set it, but this is how it's setting thus far. Maybe give it some more time and it'll set more. It does claim to give me here a sheer matte finish. So I don't know how you would take that. I've never really heard sheer matte finish. I mean, a little bit, definitely setting compared to when you first apply it, but this is what it's looking like when it sets. This is pretty much the foundation on. I don't like to pack on too much foundation, especially because I feel like it covered everything it needed to cover already, so that's good. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back with you guys and let you guys know my first initial thoughts on how it works with everything else. I have to say, so far, I definitely do think it looks nice. Do I like the super liquidy consistency in this foundation? I don't know, because I feel like for me, it can get a little messy. I don't like messes. Like, I literally like something that's more so of a creamy consistency, but I definitely do feel like it fits the vibe of like the times that we're in with makeup, like just super like lightweight, very natural, and I think it looks nice. But we will see, because we still have to do the wear test, and this does retail for $42, so I'm kind of like, there's so many good drugstore products that I don't know if I would pay $42 for this, but I think it does look very nice and pretty. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup and I'm ready to talk about the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer Long Wear Makeup. It is now 9 a.m. so we're gonna do a full day wear test on this foundation right here and see how it performs with everything through the day. But I'm ready to give you guys my first initial thoughts. So the first thing I want to say about this foundation is that it definitely does feel very, very lightweight, very breathable. It's a very natural version of the Double Wear. If you guys know the Double Wear, if you've used it, it's a very full coverage, bam, I have makeup on type of foundation, which for some they love, for some they don't, and that's why I think they came out with this one. So you guys can see how it's looking like right now. There are some areas where you can still see a little bit of radiance from within, just a little bit, so I don't think this completely dries down to like a matte, but it definitely does feel less sticky than it did. I feel like as time went on, it felt less and less sticky. I did go ahead and use concealer on my under eyes. I used my Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer because I love having that fuller coverage concealer when I do have a very lightweight, sheer, almost foundation. And it worked okay. I feel like the foundation did separate a little bit and sheer out in certain areas where I was applying the concealer and blending it. So I just further went in and blended it a little bit more so that it didn't give me like any type of separation. Also, when I did apply the blush, I noticed the blush was shearing out the foundation a little bit, kind of separating it in a way. So I would just keep that in mind. I feel like the more products you build on this foundation, the more you may have issues of it separating or shearing out. So I would say less is more with this product. And I do think that this is mainly gonna target people that want that less is more, perhaps don't really wear any other products on top of the face and just kind of want an even out base. I think you'll really enjoy this. But I think for the full glam person, you may want to tread lightly with adding a lot of products. But I think in the end, it did come out really nicely. We are looking nice and in place. It covered what it needed to cover, but still giving me that really beautiful, effortless finish all throughout the face. I love the fact that it's very, very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. Right now, it's still too early to tell how this is gonna work for the entire day. But my only concern is because it's so lightweight and sheer, I'm afraid that it's gonna come off really easily through the day, especially because it's so hot. So we're really gonna put that to the test. So those are my thoughts for now. I'm gonna start the wear test right now. Like I said, it's 9 a.m. so we have the full day to go. I will be doing it in natural lighting clips so you guys can see how this foundation looks up close and personal with the natural light. And then you guys will see me at the end of the day for my final thoughts on whether I think this foundation by Estee Lauder, this new one, the Double Wear Sheer Long Wearing Makeup, is worth your cash or not. So keep watching if you want to see my final thoughts on this. Okay guys, so I am back. Right now it is 5 p.m. and I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts on the Double Wear foundation. So I guess I would say the Sheer Long Wear Makeup Double Wear. But let's talk about this $42 foundation. My final thoughts, whether I think you should check it out or no. So this is what we're looking like. Let me actually come closer so you guys can really see it. You guys can see the skin right here. Definitely does get dewy. I was wearing my mask, and it definitely sheared out a lot in those areas. So if you're somebody that's worried of this transferring and getting on your mask, it will. And because it is a sheer foundation, it will transfer more than like a full coverage, more like thicker coverage consistency would. Another thing that I did notice about this foundation is that it picked up dew pretty quickly, and it did crease like in my little lines right here. So to be honest with you guys, I think that this is great for somebody that likes a very, very sheer coverage, natural looking makeup. I think you will enjoy this if you're a very natural makeup wearer. I personally think if you want to go the high-end route and want to spend some money, I would recommend the Tarte C. This one is great. This is the Hydro Flex foundation. This one is really, really nice. Similar consistency, but this one gives you more coverage and it lasts longer than this one. That's if you want to go high end. You guys know there's so many amazing options at the drugstore right now, like literally so many amazing ones. If you're looking for something similar to this, I would say LA Girl. This one's like $7 or $8. This is their tinted foundation, also really good stuff. I just feel like this one isn't giving me what I thought it would give me, to be quite honest with you. And for $42, I'm like, but if you guys enjoyed watching this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's be able to continue doing these type of reviews for you guys. I always like to share my thoughts on the latest and greatest beauty products, so perhaps I can save you some cash from buying something. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys have a fabulous weekend. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.